Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here with another Tubi review. Yes, indeed. I must admit, like I mentioned before, Tubi is becoming my favorite app. We didn't used to get it in the grand old country of Mexico, and when it did release, I was like, what is everyone talking about? Tubi kinda sucks. It doesn't have any of the horror movies, no horror movies at all. It only has Mexican movies or series in the US translated or dubbed to Mexico. This app is not as cool as people sell it out to be. But eventually, I guess someone heard me complaining how Tubi fucking sucks in Mexico. And they're like, this guy's complaining about it again. Just start releasing content so we can shut him up. And shut me up they did, because they started pumping out great content on Tubi. And now it's one of my favorite apps because it allows me to see movies that I have heard about from other YouTubers and have never been able to track down in physical media. So I'm like, finally I get to watch something like American Force 3, Untouchable Glory, or Full Metal Ninja. Or come across random shit like the movie that we're going to talk about right now. Indeed, it is well known that Professor Macabro's tastes are bizarre. Again, big fan of the female body, and but he does have certain kinks, you might say. The big tittied hot goth chick is one. The hot chick with a British accent and sexy glasses is another. And even though a lot of people might question why, but the sexy nun is also one that so I'm a big fan of. Yes, they shake booty for the Lord. And the movie that I was scrolling through YouTube and came across is something called Killer Nun. And I'm like, a nun? That's a killer? Let's give it a watch. So I push play, and it's an Italian movie. And I'm like, okay. I can dig this. It's spoken entirely in Italian. It only has subtitles in English. So if you're one of those people that don't like to read subtitles, well, this might not be for you. It doesn't have an option, at least none that I could find in Tubi here in Mexico, to allow me to see the movie in an English dub. It's entirely in Italian with English subtitles. So again, if that's not your thing, sorry. That's the way I saw it on Tubi. And I've never come across this particular movie on DVD. I was searching, after watching it, I was searching online, and I saw that Blue Underground released this movie on DVD. But me personally, I've never come across this movie in the wild. By the title alone, I for sure would have bought it. But I'm glad that I have access to a cooler version of Tubi so I can check shit like this out. Indeed. So what is Killer Nun actually about? Well, it actually stars, and I was very surprised by this, it stars the hot chick from La Dolce Vita. Yes, indeed. Professor Macabro is a man of sophisticated tastes and trashy tastes as well. I enjoy horror movies, as everyone knows, but I also enjoy feeling a little bit like a highbrow cinephile and watching some fancy-spancy artsy movie. And La Dolce Vita is something that I came across, and I was like, well, I'm going to watch it. And I was taken aback by this super amazing hot Italian chick in a very famous scene in film history where this chick is playing around in a fountain. Sexy blonde, a well-endowed blonde, playing with a black dress playing in a fountain. She's literally in the cover of La Dolce Vita. And I saw her here, and I was like, holy shit, that's her. And she's the Killer Nun. Woo, boy. So, let's give this a watch. So the story's about this nun. She's actually the head nun in this hospital. She helps the doctor with people, but she had a brain tumor that got taken out, and she feels that she's not herself. She feels like she's always in pain, and she has these urges, these needs that she has to satisfy, which she does by injecting herself full of morphine. But the head doctor's like, look, sister, we already operated on you. You're fine. You're probably going through something. I would assume she's probably going through something like menopause. But that was not very well known back in the day. So just chill out, do something. And she's like, oh, please, big guy above, take away these evil thoughts that I have. Because she does seem like she's not well in the head. Because she mistreats the people in the hospital. And it legit looks like she wants to kill a bunch of these people. So she needs her morphine fix. And she has an assistant nurse that, she might be one of the L words because she has the hots for the main nurse. But the nurse doesn't swing that way, at least not yet. And she's like, what are you talking about? You are a sinner, even though the head nun is clearly on the verge of going psycho herself. But she's like, I need my morphine, man. Oh, man, I need my morphine. You got some of that good shit? And the doctor's like, no, sister. Calm yourself. No more morphine for you. So, in one of her first acts of depravity, she takes the dentures of this old chick and smashes them. And because of the shock, the poor lady's heart gives out and she dies. And the main nun steals her diamond and gold ring and then pawns it. She escapes the convent and the hospital and she goes into the city, pawns the ring, and she's like, well, I'm outside. What am I in the mood for? Well, I need drugs, so I have to buy drugs. But I'm also, let's get some booze. So she buys some booze, and in the bar she's like, well, fuck it. I'm already here. Might as well hunt for a man. Yeah, let's see what we got. So she singles out a guy, and she's like, hey, baby, come on. Look at me. Chicka wow wow, chicka wow wow. And the guy bites the bait. So they go around and they do their thing. And the sister's like, whew. That was some good shit. Now to get that morphine. So she goes and gets the morphine. And she becomes a morphine junkie. Falling deeper and deeper into her depravity and madness. So it's hinted that she might be the psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? And I can't sing anymore because I don't want to get copyrighted. So she's definitely implied that she's the killer, but she has because she's all drugged up. She's like she doesn't remember it, and she turns full evil because she gets rid of the head doctor because he calls him incompetent, and he gets replaced by a hot doctor who really looks. It's this guy here, and he really looks like the guy that played Blackheart in the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider. Comparison there, they really look alike. It's kind of actually freaky thinking. And he's a little smarter. He's like, I don't trust the superior nun. I'm gonna look into it. But the other sister that's obsessed with the main nun is like, no, don't do it. Don't get rid of her. I'll do anything. So she starts seducing the doctor and the like. And as this movie is going out, there's a rash of murders. Everyone's dying. And of course, everyone blames the main sister. So everything comes to a head. And the climax of the movie. And it's revealed who really is the killer nun. And well, actually, it's not much of a plot twist because there's more than one killer nun, and I'll leave it at that. Indeed. I like this movie. I really did. Again, really had to pay attention to the subtitles to not miss the plot. But, usually Professor Macabro does his Booze Friday, so I saw this on a Saturday, so I wasn't buzzed, so that allowed me to pay better attention to what was going on the film, and I liked it. It's a nice, not really a suspenseful thing, because you kind of guess that the main nun is indeed out of her fucking mind, but she might be innocent, even though she clearly isn't. And then they do introduce another plot twist, a twisty twist, that, shows you there's more than one killer nun. But good cinematography, I thought. And, again, a nice amount of boobies, so always a fan of that. So you have the sexy nun thing covered. And, again, it does have a body count because they do kill people in this hospital. So, all in all, a good movie. Nice, really good Italian horror movie, or thriller movie. So it would be more. It would be a thriller movie that I can highly recommend. It's on Tubi under Killer Nun. The only thing you have to lose is your time watching the movie and trying to not miss any of the subtitles to follow the plot. But I would recommend you check out Killer Nun on Tubi. Indeed. Oh, Tubi. Thank goodness you got cool. I can enjoy all these weird, obscure movies that I have never seen or have been able to come across. Indeed. Let me know if you have seen Killer Nun and what your thoughts are of the movie in the comments down below. But until we see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabro, accompanied like always by the super sexy, in her own right, Zombie Deathcitos, and wishing you all, like always, a good evening.